Hello YouTube, my name is Dustin Pageloff. I'm a comic book artist, and today we're going to talk about taking any drawing you want to do and break it down in basic shapes. Welcome back. So today I'm going to teach you how to break down artwork into basic shapes. This way the thought process of the creation will be a lot easier for you. So let's get started. Alright, so to break down any artwork you want to do into basic shapes, obviously we have here the 4 basic shapes, which if you've been through kindergarten, you already know them. If you haven't, well kids, now you got a leg up. You're about to get an A. So obviously we know you have the circle, right here, triangle, square, rectangle. Also we're going to do the oval shape, and and right here, dry throat. Okay, so these are your 4 basics. There's the 5th one. There's hundreds of shapes, if you can geometry, math, all that. There's a lot more. So what we'll do is, for instance, let's say for all you Doctor Who fans, you want to draw a TARDIS. Well, this is a pretty simple concept. The first thing we see is detail. For example, let's see Bumblebee. Look at this detail. It's insane, right? So, and of course, if you're a new artist just starting out, the first thing you're going to do is go, oh my god, people want me to draw that? There's no way. You will. You'll be able to draw it, and I'll get to that in just a minute. So what I'm going to do first is start with the simple TARDIS. And of course it has detail. It has the police box on top has this sticker. Details, don't worry about. Forget about those for right now. That's the last thing you want to put in before you color your artwork. And that's a whole different subject on its own. What you want to do first is when you first do your artwork is start with, like I said, basic shapes. So I'll break this down for you. So let me tone down the opacity a bit. Well, that's a bit too much. Let's get this up to about there. Let's see, let's give it a white background so you can't see what I'm doing here. Alright. That really helped. Oh, okay. No, opacity a little bit more. We just want it so you can see what I'll be doing. And we'll do this my drawing level. Alright, we don't actually draw on the layer for the... So, I am using Photoshop for on a PC. So for example, let's say you want to do the TARDIS. Big Doctor Who fan, I love Doctor Who. So easy thing to do first. Yeah, I know. Got that going. It started the square for me. So let's do this. So this is a rectangle. Very easy, right? So boom. You got the basic done right there. If you look at this, that's the basic of the TARDIS. And then, excuse me, sorry about my throat. And then, so now, to go on the air details, what you do after that is, well, more rectangles. TARDIS is mostly made up of rectangles. And there you go. Now you got that. The only thing on here that's a cylinder is the light up on top here. This right here, the light on top of the TARDIS, that's a cylinder. You can't see it because it's on a flat view right now, but when you do into perspective in 3D, then you'll see that that's a light or a cylinder. So that you can get to later. And so this is the most basic one that you can do for starters. You can go through and add more, to draw more boxes, for here. You can do the doors like this. And then if you want to, instead of doing each individual square for each side, because a double-sided door, you can just go through and line like that. Line like that. The TARDIS is very, very simple. And as you notice, it's starting to take shape now. And then, of course, as you go on, you can add more squares and all that. So it's very simple. That's one of the easiest examples of breaking down to a basic shape. Here's ones that we can break down as well. For great, it's Batmobile. Love Batman, 1989. For this one, to be honest, even though, you see all these, the bat wings over here, and of course the circles and all that and around, it's still basic shapes. Look at this. The wheels, well, obviously they're pretty simple. They're just the basic, you know, circles. Tires, you know. And then you got for the main body, even though you see the detail of the roundness, it's still, well, let me get this all set up here real quick. So I'm dropping opacity so that we can see a little better what I'm doing. Alright, let's get this, there we go. I'm going to lock that and that. Okay. So, as I was saying, you know, the tires obviously are circles. And so is the engine right here. That's pretty simple. As for the body itself, if you really take a look at it, even though it's rounded, you know, right here, and of course, like I said, the feather, you know, the wings, feathers, it's bats, not birds. Wings, you know, it's smoothed out and everything. It still can be broken down first before you add all that. So to do that, you know, all you do pretty much is, again, if you look at this, right there, square, you know, break it down. You know, there's the front of the square. Goes right there, there. Yeah, it's not perfect. You know, that's fine. But if you get my idea, what I'm saying is this is just a square, you know. And then, of course, you go in there with the detail later, and you add in the God, I keep on saying feathers today. It's not Birdman, it's Batman. So, like I said, if you go in there and just add the details afterwards, you know, it's really basic. So, in your mind, when you're seeing details like this, you just have to break it down to simple shapes first. And then once you get the shapes drawn out, then you go in with the eraser, and you start, you know, going in like this, and you start adding in the detail, you know, going in like that, and adding in the windows later after you get that all taken care of. You know, the gas cap here is literally just a circle and then a rectangle. And that's all it is. And I just erase the lines in the middle. And of course, it's probably kind of hard to see that there. So to get a little bit closer, and I'll just erase what I just did. Here's where he puts the gas in. I wonder if it's unleaded. You know, it's a jet engine. Alright, so like, you know, circle, and then look at that. It's a rectangle. You know, it's really simple stuff. Down here, pretty much ovals. You know, look at that. It's just boom, boom. Obviously, this is a somewhat oval, you know, circle oval. But small details like that, you know, and this is the details that you put in later. First, you get your basic shapes, you get the whole thing laid out, done first. Then you add in little details like the engine down here, you know, all that. So, I mean, that's pretty simple how you can break down a Batmobile. And this goes for no matter how detailed your art's going to be, it all comes down to right here. Basic shapes. And I'm just showing the 4 basics, well, 5 because of this guy here. But there's other shapes as well. If you go online, you can see all the shapes. I mean, that can be like a 3-4 hour video on its own. So it's a whole course, actually. So I won't go into the whole thing. But, you know, to get the point of how to really break down your artwork so you don't, you know, overthink it. And to be honest, overthinking is every artist's worst nightmare. I mean, when you're looking at the TARDIS, yeah, it's simple to look at, but at the same time, like, oh god, detail. Again, Bumblebee. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's 3D and all that, but you know, you can break it down easily with lots of circles and shapes. Oh yeah, my guy right here. Oh yeah, Soundwave, love him. This is from the new Bumblebee movie that's out, or will be out by the time this video is published. And even him, I mean, take a quick look. He's pretty easy to see though. He's mostly squares. Ooh, excuse me. But to break it down, I'll just kind of show you. Bumblebee will do last, because that one... This video ain't going to be too long. This will be a pretty quick video. Because breaking down shapes isn't that big of, you know, really long subject. Just got to practice. Like I said, the big thing is all in your mind. Just break it down. Don't get too intimidated. It's pretty simple. Big thing, too, a lot of new artists starting out, and even a lot more experienced artists who are taking on a new challenge, they'll even tell you, you know, your mind is your worst enemy sometimes. Try and break down how to do this. And a big thing about art is in your brain breaking everything down. For instance, 3D modeling here, your art, I mean, once you become a great penciler or artist, it's easier to do 3D modeling once you get past the technical stuff of 3D Max or Maya. because you know how to break everything down. Alright, so for example here, I'll do white. I mean, look at this. No, I'll just use the back. I mean, square, you know, or rectangle. I mean, look at that. The head technically square. You can do either square or you can do a circle. I mean, he's a robot, so you can do either or for him. Probably go with the circle. Look at, you know, this gun here, circle. Shoulders, obviously. Arms would probably go with a rectangle. I mean, you can do that. Obviously right here, which I'll do a video later on characters and stuff, but the joints are a circle, and you know, well, you won't see them once you get a thing up, but you know, you can get the joints together. And mid-arm here. I'll do a video later on like character development and drawing up a character. But and let me get another one here. So I did white ink. Oh yeah. So I mean, if you look at that, that's, you know, basic right there. I mean, we just broke Soundwave down into basics, squares and circles. So yeah, we'll go to Bumblebee. Why not, right? And there we go. And I had the privilege to see an early showing of this movie. Great movie. So yeah, that's just me personally. So if you get a chance to see it, go for it. By the time this is published, I already did. Oh, too late. There we go. Let's go through a little bit more. Alright. So now you're probably thinking, oh look at, he's all round shapes. How do you explain that one? Or do like bubbles? I mean, like a snowman? Actually, no. His body technically can be a square. You can just go down like that, make a box. And then you just start adding the details afterwards. You know, you got the basic box shape, and after that, you add in the roundness and all that. His head, you do a circle. You know, obviously the tires are a circle. Well, actually more oval. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's basic, like I was saying earlier, about how you can break everything down. His little crotch area there, you know, the square. His thighs would be rectangles, so his forearms, I mean, that's obvious there. You can see his forearms are obviously rectangles. And don't get, like I said, don't worry about the details. I mean, his headlights obviously are circles. I mean, so his eyes, you know, and everything on that. And you see other videos online that goes more about detail. And I'll even do a video too sometime about detail, because that's important later as well. More detail sometimes better, as long as you don't go over, but that's a whole different discussion. But for now, like I said, we'll just do the basics. And this is simple right here. We just broke him down into basics. I mean, for him, his shoulders look like they're more rectangle than they're anything. For his joints, just real quickly, if you want to do circles and then add in the detail afterwards. But yeah, I mean, as you're going through and you're doing fan art or any type of art, that's, you know, just break it down simple like that. Look at that. Real simple. I mean, very simple stuff. Let's do just a basic. I'll kind of show you too what you can do just basically from your mind, you know. You're like, well, gee, I want to draw a person or I want to draw something, you know. You can like take the basics. Guy's torso, stomach area, hips, circles for the joints for the legs. Feet, you know, circles for head, you know, making like cool pose, which poses you can do later, but, you know, just weightlifting, you know, why not? And of course, from there, you'd go into the whole detail of, you know, we'll add, you know, I don't know, is he wearing a vest? You know, is his arms pumped? You know, but this is what you want to do first. The skeleton. You want to break down the first skeleton. Even do a stick figure if you want to. I mean, some artists do stick figures real quick. You know, they get the joints and all that. And then you can go in with the shapes after the stick figures. But the point is, this is the basics where you want to start with first. you want to break everything in simple shapes, and then from there build out the character, build out the robot, build out anything you're drawing, a horse, an animal, a car, anything you want to draw. First start with this, and then from there move out and get going. Obviously, of course, it's artwork. It takes time. Practice every day for an hour a day at least. But this is the simplest, most way to begin, and then from here on, your imagination is the key. And there's other videos you can see online about paint and detail and everything like that. But first, start with the basics. So, this is the basics, and yeah, this is how this goes. Thank you for watching the video. Please be sure to subscribe below to my new channel. I'll have new art videos coming out every 2 weeks. See you then.